Everybody, welcome. If there's anybody here at all, we have accomplished something that I didn't think that we would accomplish, much less as fast as we did. We got 20,000 subscribers, and I'm just beside myself. So I invited the whole crew, the producers for Bigfoot Odyssey and Researchers Report, and the lovely Miss Linda Arnold is going to be joining us shortly. She's having technical difficulties, so she will be here in just a minute. But I don't think we have anybody watching anyway. So
we've got 49 in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I can't see a number there. I'm not seeing
45 at the top.
No, I just so we've been going for no, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's going up now, 56.
But
I don't have a number either. It usually has the live icon and then a number as well.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
With us, as always, the lovely Miss Daniela Aiello, producer and co-host of the Researchers Report, and field producer for the travel show Bigfoot Odyssey, Mr. Scott Owens, and look who just joined us.
Oh, I made it.
You made it, co-host and my lovely wife, Miss Linda Arnold.
Hey guys.
And
Hi, Linda.
we just thought we would, tell a few stories, and I'm not getting any comments or anything.
No?
Y'all see comments? I don't see any comments.
Yeah, we do see comments. I'm wondering if because she tried to get into the broadcast studio as you were already in it. I wonder if it hindered. I wonder if that hindered. You can take yourself out and then come back in.
All right. Well, I'm going to do that right quick while you guys carry the show. I know you can. I'll be back in just a flash.
This is what I didn't know, Daniela. Since he initiated, he's somewhat of the administrator of the show and sending out those links. I had no idea that he could take himself out and the show would remain live with us in it.
I've actually initiated it, Scott.
Okay.
And now my camera went dark.
So I don't know why. I don't know why it's done that.
I think only the administrator of the show is able to see the number of people in the live chat. That's why
I can see it. I can see it now.
Oh right. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I left and came back. 62 is what I see. Hey, everybody. Yeah. We just thought we would say thank you guys for 20,000 subs. And it's 17 months of since we got started. And talk about the travel show. And if anybody had any questions for any of the episodes or any of the Research Report episodes, I can remember when we were getting ready to actually go shoot the show, there was a little bit of trepidation, don't you think, baby?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. But it turned out better than we ever expected it to. So
yeah, I mean, it was your bright idea. So yeah, we had. Well, we were trying to. We had put the call out to as many people as that we knew. We didn't know a whole lot in the Bigfoot community at this point, and it was I think it was like September of 2017. I just made the Facebook group and everything, and created our YouTube account and all that good stuff. We had no video up or anything. Hadn't shot a thing, and was actually talking. What in the world is that? Was that Gavin? I was actually talking to Dustin Duncan from Crypto PTSD and talked him into it. Like, man, just let us come down. We'll film. You tell your story. Yeah, she is the brains. You're right. And the looks.
Thank you. No, I'm not tonight because somebody calls me 5 minutes before the show.
I called you 17 minutes before the show. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I've worked, guys, for the last 2 nights, and he calls me 17 minutes to teach me how to get on this and me get ready. So we know how that went. He was late.
Anyway, our very first episode, we didn't have a clue how it was going to go. I didn't know how to edit anything. I didn't know how to shoot a thing. So we just went and said, I'll just hook the camera up and we'll shoot it. He tells his story and wasn't shot even remotely linear. You know, we did the interview in the hotel room there with Dustin. And then the next day went out to his mom's house where he was staying at the time. And we did the filming we filmed each segment probably 2 or 3 times. And I wish I still had, but I deleted it. The very first intro, I did it by myself. You were sitting over under the tree laughing at me the whole time because I kept messing up from doing the intro, and I don't have it. It was hot.
Oh God, it was so hot.
Missouri.
I saw some of those bloopers.
Tromping around
because he would get mad and I'd start laughing more, and that make it that much better. So
tromping around through the rocks. Well, the first place we went was like the shooting, where we went and shot the guns. And the shooting gallery, the one and only time I ever shot my pistol. And there's rocks, these huge boulders in it, but it's covered with moss, so it looks like the ground. But you didn't know it until you got out there on it. And Linda I think she almost broke her ankle and twisted her knee, but we did it. We shot it and we came home, and about 6 months later, after I learned how to edit everything, and we put it together and put it out. It's my least favorite episode of all, but it's only because of the way it's you can hear me clicking the mouse when I do the narration. You hear the click whenever I stop it. Yeah, pretty funny stuff. And then after that we started getting a pretty good bit of feedback, right?
Yeah, a lot of feedback.
Episode 2, I can remember us driving up there, and and I get over in the gore just a little bit on the side of the road. You know, that thing that wakes you up when you fall asleep. And Linda said, can you watch the road, please? Or something to that effect. And I just, in my normal, usually smart aleck way, I said, let me tell you something. There ain't a soul on this highway that is paying attention to what is going on more than I am.
You're full of it.
She said, oh, that's not the kicker. She said, well, Mr. Paying Attention, that was our exit.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was like the worst time for me to say I was really paying attention when I passed up our exit. So
yeah, those road bumps will wake you up like when you used to fall asleep in school. You just jump up.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, they will wake you up. But, Kerry, when he's
scary.
He likes to ride them.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's no sleep.
Uh-oh. Bad internet.
Dear.
Text her and just tell her to press the link again, because she might be freaking out of how to get back.
Probably.
Are you doing it, Kerry, or me?
I got her.
You might want to tell him, Kerry is doing this here tonight for 20,000 views. Yeah. A lot of people have been asking why live on Sunday.
20,000 views?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we hit 20,000 subs this morning. I think we're already at like 20,075. We have gotten another 75 since then. But it was sometime this morning we hit 20,000, and I didn't think we'd ever get there because we had 19.3 before we started this last documentary. And just the last few days, we've gotten like over 700. It's been very strange the way YouTube has been doing us. But we just want to say thank you guys. That's what it is. It's 20K. It's one of those milestones. I don't think you get a button. When do you get the button, the play button? 50,000?
I think Not sure.
100,000, I think.
100,000. Yeah.
100,000. Well, y'all get after it. Uh-oh. There's no way the internet is that bad at home.
Is she on Wi-Fi or is she using her cell data?
She may need to use the Wi-Fi on the house.
Yeah. If she's not using the Wi-Fi, she's using cell data. That might be why she's dropping out so much.
All right. She'll be back. I told her to use the house Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott came along on episode 3. It was just me and Linda for the first 2, and then we were actually I went on Sasquatch Chronicles, and I told my encounter story, and I did a little swap with Wes. He plugged our show for us and gave us a pretty good boost. And I think you didn't watch the show, did you, Scott? You heard my encounter.
Yeah, my good friend of mine was whoring out the show for Chronicles. He says, "Man, you got to listen to this one show. This guy from Mississippi on it." I'm like, nah. So he kept hounding me, and I finally did. When he said, "Dude, it is from Collins. You used to hunt up there." I'm like, "There's no way." So I finally listened to it, and that was history. I had to get in touch with you then.
Yeah, you called, and then we ended up. Well, I mean, you had been doing filming and
Yeah.
producing already for a long time, and I was in much need of that. There's no way we would be the show would look like it does, or we would have 20,000 subscribers if it wasn't for Scott Owens.
I don't know about that. I helped out with the websites and.
You do something every single time. You not only built our website, but I mean, showing me how to film. Look at our 5th episode.
Yeah,
Scott filmed that. That's the difference. Look how good that is, and then look at the rest of them. That's the difference in the way that it's shot. Maybe for the last 2, when I actually started listening to him and taking ourselves out of the actual interview process. But yeah, it was the 3rd one. We had actually shot it already, the 3rd one, with Stacy Derrick up there. Now, let me tell you something about that guy. I had talked to him for about a month on the phone because I was at work. You know, when I go to work, I'm out here for 6 weeks to 8 weeks at a time. This is a 9. This is a 9 week right here. I'll coming home Thursday, and that'll be 9 weeks. And every time he told it, what is she doing?
She's just watching on YouTube now. She said, "Screw it."
This doesn't work without you, baby. Use the house Wi-Fi, not your phone data.
So
anyway, yeah. Well, I'm using our Bigfoot Odyssey on the laptop, so she can't get on the iMac
right
there. But yeah, when I heard as soon as I heard it, I was like, this is why we wanted to do this, was because of people just like him. It wasn't just researchers. It's a guy that's got these things around his house. And I mean, it was a long trip. We actually went on vacation right after that, so it wasn't too bad. But I mean, all the way to Ohio and shot with him. And that one was that the first one? No. Episode 4 with Richard Borchardt was actually the first episode that I had shot. I actually made a shot list because Scott told me that's what I needed to do. Make a shot list and shoot it linear. It's a lot easier to edit, and instead of jumping around and trying to find and having to watch everything 10 times. I mean, it still took 25 hours to do all the editing and stuff because I still wasn't very good at it, but
it takes time.
It did. It took a long time, but it was a lot of fun. Then, of course, episode 5, that was a pretty intense time there, wasn't it, Scott? 2 days before Thanksgiving, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Tuesday before Thanksgiving that we went up there and shot that. The second time we went back.
Yeah, the second time. First time, you were a bit just jaded. And you didn't like the footage, and you said, "Dude, can we go back and shoot mine again?" I said, "Yeah, let's." kind of let's go back. It worked out better. You were much more comfortable
Oh, yeah.
when we went back. The weather was nice. You were kind of ready to go. You knew what you wanted to get, and it was good.
Well, you know, I was the first time I was just expecting to hear something. I was at least expecting to hear the knocking, and
Yeah.
I left so much stuff out. And when I watched it, I was like, "There is not a soul in this world that's going to believe this." No, I mean, I wouldn't believe it.
Well, I went back with my buddy Fernando, and we have knocks.
And
We
heard
have
the
knocks
knocking.
on, yes.
Fan
So,
dang
and
thing.
then Bo and I had went this past spring, and we really believe that we got growled at. But you know, you hear it and you're like, "Did you just hear that growl?" And he's like, "Yeah, it sounds like some sort of elk growling." And you're like, "There's
Ain't
no
no
elk
help.
in Collins." You know,
That's
we got
a,
up and left.
yeah, I mean,
A
unless
strange place. It's really a strange place.
it is. And you know, I thought about shooting the expedition there, but
Mm.
I don't think we would have been as successful as I think we're going to be in Florida, just because it's so thick. It's so unbelievably thick. I mean, you can get through palmettos. You're not getting through some of the places out there.
No.
You know, they're just too easy for them to get away. And even with the tech that we're going to be taking, there's no way just wouldn't have worked out. But and then what we got episode 6 with DDoS. Love you, brother. Thank you for that. Go Tros. It almost seems like we haven't done any to me. And I think back on, it's hard to believe we've done 10 documentaries, but Daniela, we've done 32 researcher reports. How crazy is that?
I know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Well, let's say have we done more than that? Or is that just how many we've numbered?
No, well, yeah, we've done a few extra other things, haven't we? So, yeah, but still, you know, just crazy how it started and now we've got to here. So,
Yeah, and you do a great job. Scott and I were talking about that, about how you run things and how much
She took the baton and started rolling.
that's it, and how much it's improved.
It's a massive help.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. There's no way. Not in it be worth a dang. I mean, if I did it, it wouldn't look. People wouldn't see what they see. We wouldn't have the guests that we have. It just, without Daniela doing it, just wouldn't be that good. Plain and simple.
Well, it's like anybody can do a few shows, but to consistently keep it going and running and try to get better at it, that takes skill.
That's it. And then Scott, you made your channel, Bigfoot Explorer, and I mean, I know the original idea was to kind of educate people on how the best ways to use their equipment in the field and all that stuff.
Tech, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Have you gotten away from that? I mean,
No, we haven't gotten away with it. It's like when I first started out, you know, I did a lot of tech videos, and then I was trying to build some numbers there, and then we finally just started saying, well, let's go out in the field. So we did a few missions, scouting sessions at some places. I was lucky enough to get a hold of a buddy named Jody, who had an experience out in Southwest Mississippi, and his encounter was a landlocked piece of private land within a national forest in South Mississippi. So we were able to get close to that and find structures. We found a print, and I'm like, wow. And then we actually had knocks happen there. So I'm like, there's another avenue. So I'll be doing some more tech videos. I've recently hooked up with a tracker from North Louisiana, and we just been, it just keeps morphing here and there.
right.
So we'll just take it and see how it goes. It's basically going to be the research side of things, where there be talking about tech and gear. If anybody has any questions or wants me to do anything on gear, just send me an email. But for right now, we're getting into doing research.
Let me give everybody an idea of how much help Scott Owens has been to me on the whole tech. See, I can do the tech stuff. I can do it. I'm just ignorant enough not to notice what I should be doing. You know, I can take direction very well. And I was actually looking at cameras. I was going to get a new camera, and I was looking at this awesome camera. It was a Canon. It was this big, beautiful thing, and it was like $289. And I was like, oh my God. And I got the link and I sent it to Scott, and he's like, you don't want that. I was like, well, why not? He said, it's not even digital, man. It's like 8mm video.
Yeah, it's DV tape. You could have been disappointed.
Yeah, nothing that, see, I didn't look at that. I just saw this huge camera, and I just like, man, that's nice.
It was a workhorse of its time, because that's when I was at my prime doing field videography for a lot of hunting shows.
Yeah.
And those cameras were the de facto, those Canon and Panasonic cameras like that.
Yeah, well, it's had the long lens stuck out there. It looks like
the
a
big
movie.
25mm lens. Yeah.
Looks like a movie camera. And then, we're about to order the Canon XF405. So we're gonna have 2 movie style or filming cameras now. So another dynamic for the show, hopefully. And we are shooting another episode. We had to reschedule Christopher Noel. We're not going to Vermont. When I go home, this will be my first trip home since we started Bigfoot Odyssey that we have not gone somewhere and filmed. This is the first one. And I know
what happened to that Mississippi deal?
I'm going on the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
On a Sunday. Mike Simmons, we're shooting up there in Crystal Springs.
Gotcha.
If you can go.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Crystal Springs, we're going to be shooting with Mike Simmons. It's going to be it's kind of like a Woodburger Farm thing. He's got them all around his farm there. I think he's got 80 acres, footprints, and his girlfriend has actually seen them twice, and she didn't even believe in Bigfoot until she saw them. And they peek in the windows, and he's got a really good story. He's a good dude. It's going to be, I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. Like I said, it's going to be a good story. Mike Simmons is a really great guy, and we don't have to travel 700 miles to shoot it. It's just right up the road, about 65 miles up the road from where we are. So.
Yeah.
Do what?
I said they're all good stories. They're all consistently quality.
Yeah, I think we've gotten pretty lucky with. Well, I was pretty adamant about how we vetted people for the show. If it sounded, if it was just an encounter, it wasn't going to be enough, because that was the original idea. Was we were going to be like a traveling Sasquatch Chronicles, and instead of just hearing someone's encounter, you were going to get to actually see where it happened and all that. And then I just decided, you know what, let's tell the entire story, as much of it as we can, and find people that have a full story to tell. And most of those people are researchers, but sometimes you get them like the Gotros, and you get like Stacy Derrick and like Woodburger Farm, who's actually both a researcher and has them around his house. So, what is that? Somebody's yelling.
Probably.
It's probably
yeah. It was on your end.
Yeah.
So Danielle,
go on.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, go back to the first one you did. That is my favorite. I've always said that to you.
Really?
I know but you're looking at little things, little instrumental things that you're going to change and alter as you developing your filming and producing, but as a story and the basis of it, the way you do it, is what I really enjoyed. You know, just getting down to the nitty gritty, no fillers, just as it is, you know, but very natural and candid.
Well, why don't you tell everybody how you got to be a member of Bigfoot Odyssey? You can then tell them everything now, the Facebook stuff and all that.
Well, I was just, you know, getting into Bigfoot, and luckily I was kind of started following Chris Noel first, so kind of set the bar high on who I was going to watch and what I was going to watch, and realised I didn't want to waste time watching those endless walk through the woods and not seeing much and all that, you know. And I'm not putting anyone's research down, but, you know, I wanted to see sort of real, not just evidence, but people's testimony and experiences, because you get a lot from listening to people, and there's so much more detail in that than you can get in a photograph. But then I came across your first episode, and I think I remember my comment was I didn't want it to end, because I just was like, just couldn't stop watching it, you know.
That's a good compliment.
Yeah. And then it was like, you know, weeks and weeks waiting, thinking, when's this next one going to come out?
Yeah.
You know, what are they doing? Yeah, I want to see some of that again. And then you did. And I mean, I'm not quite sure when I joined the group, but I certainly remember.
Well, this is what I remember. You had joined the Facebook group. I think we might have had 70 or 80 members when you joined the Facebook group. And now we just hit 3,000 just not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
3,000 members in the Facebook group. That's crazy too. But Danielle was in the Facebook group. I don't even think you were a moderator. I think I was the only moderator, maybe. And Richard Borchardt was posting up pareidolia pics. God love you, Richard. They were good. You got some really good stuff, but I think these were questionable.
There were too much.
And Daniela did not hold back on it at all, and she quit. She left, and I was like, she was a very vocal member of the group, like one of the only. You can imagine with how little interaction we had with 3,000, how little it was with 65 or however many it was. And so I contacted her through Messenger. I said, what's up? What happened? Tell me. And we messaged back and forth. And I got you back in. And that's when I think you became a moderator at that point. And you were actually really being active and working and doing stuff with the Facebook group. I mean, nobody else was. I mean, my God, somebody would ask to join the group, you were on it. You know, it was just immediate. And then I just said, you know what, she's not going to hold back. She's going to tell people how it is. I asked her to run the Facebook group. And then when we started Researcher's Report, and that was it. I had to have, because Linda wasn't going to do it. Linda, there's no way Linda could, you know, with our schedules and all, produce even without the schedule. And I love you, baby, but you couldn't do the production stuff on the show, because I know I couldn't do it. So I asked you to do it, and you did it, and here we are now. I know we have 32 shows. That doesn't seem like a lot, but we haven't missed a beat, have we?
No.
I know I've missed a few.
We'll just go back to the group, you know, that there's countless groups out there just doing exactly the same thing. And I didn't, you as putting your videos out were different to the standard, the ones that are just, you can see, you know, every 5 minutes on there. And so I wanted there to be the same quality in that group. I didn't see the point of staying in a group where I'm going to have to get a magnifying glass and someone to break down a photograph just to see a possible, you know, you can do that anywhere. And so, you know,
you helped set the standard. You really did. And I got the idea of, okay, we'll do the travel show, because that was really all we had before the Researcher's Report. We're as neutral as can be on that. You know, it's going to be as positive as we can make it. and we're not going to disparage anyone. I mean, you guys know we have a pretty diverse, just through 10 range of shows, from the woo stuff to the serious, and a lot in between, and a lot of both in some episodes. And I said, okay, the Facebook group is going to be our ideology. This is what we believe. Okay. And what others believe, they can have a common place to come and not worry about, the stuff that I don't want to say crazy and outrageous, because a lot of people believe in this stuff. The woo, the cloaking, and they turn it into orbs, and that's like I was talking to Mark Zasky on the phone yesterday, and he was telling me about Dr. Johnson. We were talking about Dr. Johnson, and one of the guys from his team called him, and it was the guy that actually made it's pretty much a Jacob's ladder, or a what do you want to call it, a Tesla device that got all the Bigfoot to come from whatever planet that was and show up, their ethereal being. And Mark was just kind of like I could see that tilt on his head right now. Like, he was like, what? He's like, yeah, I've got 3 of them inside me right now. And I could not stop laughing. Because I know Mark Zasky. I was laughing so hard. I was sitting in my truck dying just because of the way he said it. And I knew. He said, Kerry, I was nice to the guy. I didn't want. I was like, well, that's good that you were that way. That you were actually nice to him. But, that's the stuff we're talking about. People that believe that they have 3 Bigfoot inside them, they go in trees and all that good stuff. So, we have what we believe, they're flesh and blood. And if you join the group, you're going to get those questions in there. And Daniela has done all that. And a lot of the things that have been created for the show, a lot of ideas that I have, I really don't do a whole lot without asking and talking to Scott about it and what he thinks. I definitely don't buy equipment. All the equipment we're buying for the excursion, aside from the GoPros, I'm being advised on, Scott. As a matter, I asked you about the parabolics, but I figured you were busy.
Yeah, I just got it. Once I get probably to work in the morning, I get some time, I will check into it.
Hey, what's up, Justin Welker? Yeah, well, I didn't know if I needed to buy like a bionic ear or get the dish, a lavalier mic, and a separate recorder and just build one. If that was going to be better. We want to take good stuff, and we're going to have a parabolic mic for each team that goes in on the expedition. But
yeah,
time is it? Well, I think we've been going for about long enough. 33 minutes. You guys have anything else you want to say?
Well, Rick's mentioned this twice.
What is this? Ask Scott about a 360 cam. Well,
yeah, the 360 cams are great. But the only problem with them is you may get 45 minutes of time with them, and they're extremely difficult to edit. They are great, but you would need someone there who is a 360 whiz with a software to be able to incorporate it into the standard video formats that we have, and it's really a monster. If you want to do it well and you want to mix your video from all the cameras that you have and the 360 cam, it's a pain in the butt. If it's just all 360 cam, it's not hard. This is going to be an epic. Yeah, this is going to be an epic, and it'll be more trouble than what it's worth.
Don't edit. We're going to be shooting. There's going to be 168 hours of straight filming.
Gotta edit. With
15 different cameras. Yeah, it won't be watchable if it's.
Yeah,
there's no way, especially all the cussing. We're gonna have to cut out probably a lot of cussing with 8 guys.
Have you decided how long each part is going to be and how many?
Yeah, 7 parts, 2.5 hours on the first 6, and then 3 hours on the last one. I'm going to take a little extra time on the last one just to thank all the people that contributed, how they contributed. We're probably going to put it on a Patreon behind a paywall, but anybody that's donated will get to watch it for free, obviously. We wouldn't make you pay again. And then all the equipment that we purchase for it, the 10 GoPro uh, GoPro Hero 7 black waterproof 4K, we're buying 10 of those. Those are going to be donated out. The recorders that we buy are going to be donated to field researchers. Yeah, the only thing I'm keeping is the drone FLIR and the Canon XF405 that I'm paying for myself.
So
But,
the show is going to be aired on Patreon or YouTube?
yeah, I'm thinking Patreon probably, or we may just make teasers for it for YouTube and put it on Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Patreon is probably going to be the easiest way to go, just because you can add people on there without charging them anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Netflix, they pay like $500 for the whole show, and that's all you'll ever get out of it. Not that we're that worried about money, but I would like to recuperate some of it. And it's going to be long. It's going to be 16 hours long. So in 7 parts, it's going to be a docu-series, but we're going to be shooting it like a movie. When I say that, what I mean is there will be setup shots where it's not just action. There's going to have to be setup shots in order to tell the story.
Right. And then also reflection and all that afterwards.
That's right. Reflection, interviews, the narration, just like like a drone shot of everybody walking in the field and the drone flies by, shots like that. Shots inside the vehicle going, showing up. We're going to show, it's not just going to be us walking through the woods. There is going to be a narrative and a story to it, because it has to be worth watching, especially that long of a show. So that, and the way it's going to be presented is a lot of it's going to be split screen and 4-way screen, because you're going to have simultaneous action from different cameras. So like if we're out in there in the area and I'm flying the drone, okay, and we all have radios with earpieces. So you'll see the drone footage that I'm filming from the air. If we see a Sasquatch, you'll see the heat signature from it plus the heat signature from the guys. And then on the other 3, we'll have the night vision, the ground FLIR, and one of the action cams, whichever one picks up the best action. So you'll have 4 different, for most of the action shots, that's the way I plan on editing it. A lot of split screen, a lot of 4-way screen, and maybe some 3-way screen. But because everybody's going to be filming the same thing, just from different angle and different audio. So it's going to take a while. I figure it's going to take me at least a month just to go through and label everything to get it ready to edit. I won't even be able to edit until I label it all and get everything in folders where I can access it. And I'm going to have to watch it all. It's another thing. But the interview parts are going to be important. It was important to find a specific type of person to go and do this, that wasn't just willing to put themselves to the hazard to try to get this epic footage we're trying to get, but to also be able to sit down and articulate their day and tell, what happened during the action, what led up to it, everything that happened after, and then show, cut to that actual scene where it's happening, where it shows everybody doing, their job essentially. And then a lot of it's not just that. We're going to have a lot of setups. We're going to have a fake campsite set up with cameras in different places, the small black, GoPro cameras with the fake baby and the baby crying, just to see what happens. You don't know what's going to happen. But there's the place we're going. We added Mark Zaski to the team. Couldn't found a better person. He's going to be our guide and he's going to advise us. He's so much more familiar with that area than any of us.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And also bring a lot of masking tape and Sharpies. Write on your cameras which cam it is. Cam A, group 1. Batteries too, so you can tell which, right on the back of them, battery 1, 2, 3, which group it goes to. So when batteries go dead, you put those in one pocket, and then the other pocket's got the batteries that are ready to go. You come back, people know which which batteries that they need to charge, because that's a big deal. People
Right.
start losing track of that during the day. They're going to grab batteries and putting on, and they're all dead. That's happened to me.
Well, that's the good thing about having the extra 2 guys at camp the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, they're just swapping out. Is
Organize that stuff.
Yeah, they'll be responsible for that. And what I'm getting, I found the Jackery. There it's
The power bank.
Yeah, power banks, the 25,000 milliamp power banks. They're like
it's
$35. We're gonna have 40 of those. And what that is that's one for each piece of equipment plus 2 backups. So something can be going. So you know, the GoPros will be running off that.
Yeah, you just hand off and then hand
Right.
back off with the hot stuff that you need. Battery charge, boom, go back out.
We're gonna have 220 SD cards. Yeah,
Oh, that's
180.
gonna be a management nightmare.
180 mini and 60 or 40, I think, of the regular. So because the GoPros are going to be the most abundant camera, and then my camera, I'm going to have 40 of those of the standard size, 128 gigabyte, and they're going to have to write on there day one. I'll just put the day mark in one corner, and then which is it, the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one that you used that day on the other corner.
Important.
So
it's majorly important that everybody with the camera manage their day cards and batteries. They've got to be taught that.
We've been going through
on those new GoPros.
Can you do what?
Can you not upload straight to cloud on some of those new GoPros?
I have no clue.
I mean, that might be an option as well. Is to just store everything. You know,
if someone has a laptop and some external hard drives plugged in, it would be a manageable way to do it. But somebody would have to be in the heat. They're probably going to be rotating people in camp. So one person's insight into how to back up data might not be the same as the person that just left. And that gets a little into things just start getting convoluted and messed up and thrown out.
Well, what we're going to have is everybody's going to have a little plastic case for their
organize the cards. That's right.
For their personal cards. They're going to go in the case, and then I'm going to get another 10 terabyte external drive, external storage cloud to put everything in, file, and put it. If it'll all fit in there, I don't know if it will. We might have to get 10 terabytes of stuff. I don't know. That may not be enough. But that's what I'm going to do with it. Before I ever put it on the computer, I'm going to save it, because you never know what could possibly happen to it. I hate to lose that patty shot if we happen to get it. I sure don't want to be the one to lose it. So it's all going to get backed up and backed up and backed up.
Yeah. If somebody catches something substantial one night, there should be a part of where y'all review something. If something big happens, you need to review it, and then you copy it and do a redundancy of that card. Copy it to the laptop 3 or 4 times. Copy it to an external drive 3 or 4 times.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I have my laptop out there, not connected to the internet, and we'll be able to review the everything that we get. If we think it's something, we'll review that stuff there and then save it automatically. But that's how it's going to go, y'all. It's going to be an epic thing, just putting it together. But the guys are ready. Everybody that we've got a full crew of really good guys. I'm happy about it. I mean, I wish you could have gone, Scott. But,
I would have loved to have gone, but the safety factor for me, even if I get bit by a snake, even if I break my leg or my hip, I can't afford to do that just in the position that I'm at with my kids. And taking that risk is just not something. I'll be dying to want to know what's going on and all, but I'll do my best to be consulted. That's what I told Harry. I'm going to help him with gear, and then any type of troubleshooting that you have while you're out there, just try to call me, and we'll see if we can feed your things out on the fly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You will be the one I call. Well, I just want to say, thank you. Thank you to everybody that's put in and helped us, that has gone to the GoFundMe or to our PayPal and actually donated to that to help, because we can't go without you. We can't do it this way without help. And we thank you for that. If anybody wants to just throw in $1, that's all we're asking for is $1 a month until we go. If we do that, then we'll get there from all you guys. It's Expedition BDRP Odyssey on the GoFundMe, and you can send to our PayPal to paypal.me Bigfoot Odyssey. We appreciate everybody that's already put in, and thank you guys for helping us get there. And I want to thank you guys here too, Scott and Daniela. We wouldn't have, we have a nice little warm little show, and really, I'm obviously happy we got 20,000 subs, and I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more. But I never ever thought we would have gotten to here. No way. I remember
it's morphing. It's morphing. I can remember when you would stress out, man, I don't know if I'll get home in time. These people are waiting on my show to get out, and I'm trying to get just to get shows out. But those are stepping stones. Those are good times.
Yeah, I can remember you and I freaking out about having 3,500 subs. Like, man, we're about to hit 3,500. Wow, awesome. Yeah, big deal now, huh? 3,500. No, but yeah, I just thank both of you for what you guys do for us. And if we ever make $1 million, you guys are going to be in on that for sure. I doubt we ever do, but I mean, you never know what happens in this stuff.
Yeah, we're not in it. We're not in it to make the money. We're in it because we believe in a pretty good cause. We believe in the same type of physical being that's out there, and we all share the same type of
well, what I'm saying is, if PewDiePie can do it, you ever watch that guy?
Yeah, PewDiePie.
You never know what's going to make.
You never know how things will blow up. That's right.
Can we just post this question, because I don't know how many times it's been posted. We need to answer it.
That's a good question.
I
would hate for y'all to get down there and all the black vehicles show up and just kind of like,
hey, we'll have them on camera. We'll have them on camera.
Yeah, I was just about to say, well, hey, that's fine. You want to take our stuff, but we're going to film and make sure somebody goes and hides and gets some film, because they got to.
Oh no! What I'm going to do is I'm going to go YouTube Live right now.
Right then, yes, good.
You guys are on YouTube Live right now. Cut my feed, because then everybody's going to know exactly what happened.
Advance warning for you.
Let's see, Bob and Bob. I'm 6'5", 300 pounds, haven't shaved for the past 5 years, hair and beard. I have a shack down there in Florida. I wear from now on a pink plastic flower in my hair just in case we run into each other.
Hey, at least we'll be able to pick him out.
That's right. 6'5", 300. Well, you're only an inch taller than me and 50 pounds heavier, so but I'm not quite that hairy. I do have some pretty hairy arms. But
I doubt you're going to be putting pink flowers in your Under Armour hat as well.
I have no problem with pink flowers. I'll put that both one in each ear.
Yeah,
we'll be good to go. But yeah, you know what? I'm proud that we have the team that we have, the crew that we have here. The four of us essentially is pretty much what Bigfoot Odyssey is. We do have a lot of people that contribute: Rick Wells, Christopher Noel, Jason Parsons. But as far as the actual stuff that you guys see that we do, it's right here in front of you. This is us. So thank you guys for hitting that sub button. Keep hitting it. If we get to 30,000, there'll be a Bigfoot Odyssey club.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe that'll be before the next 10 years. We'll get to that point. So, but what else? Anything you guys want to say?
I just want to put out there, visit Bigfoot Explorer. We had a big, it's a shameless plug, but
no, it's
we've had a mission to North Louisiana recently, and we've got some interesting knocks and some audio analysis from that deal. It was hot. So if anybody'd like to see that, it's a 2-hour show. It's my longest so far. Check out Bigfoot Odyssey, the most recent North Louisiana research mission. Thank
Not
you.
Bigfoot Odyssey. Not Bigfoot Odyssey. Bigfoot Explorer.
Bigfoot Explorer. Sorry.
I mean, you can check out Bigfoot Odyssey too. It's
Yeah,
Bigfoot
yeah.
Explorer. That's XPLORER. There's a link in the description, so you guys just go hit that. And Daniela, would you like to say anything at all?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone who comes and watches us and supports the shows and has subbed and liked and shared, and all the people that have donated and want this expedition to happen and to work. And I think we are really building a good community, a good Bigfoot community with some solid people in it. And the researchers' report has, we get a chance to get to know people a lot better, and we can make better judgments on, not that we should judge, but we need to delve deeper into all of it, and that's what we get to do, and I love doing it, so I'm glad to be part of it.
You stay up till midnight to do it, so
but it's 2 now, so I must be keen. I must like it.
You must love it so much. But yeah, I'm gonna call it right here if you guys don't mind. It's been almost an hour, 52 minutes. We did start a little bit late, but thank you, Scott, thank you, Danielle.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everything you guys do. All of our wonderful moderators and my beautiful wife. Love you, baby. Our moderators are. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good night, y'all.